stick a fork in it. Jude went to Enterprise B undercover. Though she was on Admiral, she gleaned the job as Commander Judith Kirk, the new number one. Aboard the shuttle, Lieutenant Thomas McCoy, Judith's brother, Captain William Kirk, and Admiral Keith Stone, who was disguised as a commander, also he would be taking over as helmsman. Aboard was Judith's 10-year-old daughter and Nan. Judith's mother was on the tablet. Honey, I'm just saying Anna might have a hard time adjusting. Mom, she's fine. She'll be okay. She's just so sensitive, honey. Wait a minute. You're doing sus work. Don't deny it. I see it in your face. Mama, really, Anna will be fine. Everything is just fine. Is that Delaney? Tell her to call me, Jude. Jude, tell her to call me, please, Keith pleaded. Is that Keith I hear? Now tell me the truth. Mom, I'm not at liberty to say, but if I could, I'd say he wants you to call him. Nan spoke up. Ensign Leslie, are you? Jude gives Nan a look. Before you say anything to embarrass yourself, I am happily married, Will says. Not what I heard. Anyway, I could help you through your divorce blues. It could be fun for both of us, Nan said. Mom, I've got to go to work now. I'll call you when I get settled. Love you. Bye. Will sat there staring at Jude. What do you say? Nan smiled enticingly. Jude walks up to the pilots who stopped the shuttle. Why are we holding on the brakes when there are two more shuttles behind us? The Cardassians are leaving the ship, and we have to give them a wide berth or else they won't come back. Come back? To Little Vegas. It's a part of the ship that the captain set up for leisure activities, like gambling. Yes, sir. Jude reaches in front of him and contacts the other two shuttles. Hold your positions. The Cardassians are leaving, and heaven knows we can't dock until they leave. Who is this? The shuttle behind them responded. Commander Judith Kirk, and you are? Toby, ma'am. It's Sir Toby. As Judith went to go back to her seat, Toby says to the pilot of the shuttle she was in, What a bitch. Glad I don't work on the bridge. She and I would have words. Jude rolled her eyes and sat down. Nan leaned over. You are done with him, aren't you? Jude grins. Stick a fork in it. And Ensign Nathan Leslie, also known as Captain William Kirk, got up and went to the bathroom. The shuttle landed in the large hangar bay on board Enterprise B. Will took Anna by the hand and led her away in front of one of the parked shuttles. Honey, I'm so sorry Daddy hasn't been there for you. She felt light in his arms as he kissed her cheek and hugged her firmly, holding her. Oh, Daddy, Mommy says she does not hate you, but she wished things could be better. He sets her down gently. Baby, Daddy and Mommy don't get along. We'll work it out. You and your sister are my world. We will make it better. But now, I'm not your daddy. I'm Ensign Nathan Leslie. Can you remember that, baby? Yes, Daddy. Shh, I'm undercover for the sus. All right, baby girl, let's do this. And he muscled up her blonde hair. Then they walked around to where Jude was, waiting for a shuttle number 2 to unload. Toby, she said. Yes, ma'am, he slowly spoke. Anna, honey, please turn your back to Mom right now and face Ensign Leslie. Yes, sir, the 12-year-old said and did obediently. Jude then proceeded to punch Toby, and he fell off his feet. That's for calling your commanding officer a bitch. And again, it's sir, not ma'am. Toby fell to his jaw as a few of the crew picked him up off the floor. You hit like a man, sir. You'll fit right in here. My apologies, he said as he held out his hand, and Jude shook his hand as the men went on through the door into the ship. Toby leaned over and whispered, Damn, Jude, I think you broke my jaw. Jude winked as she turned Anna around. The doctor and the chief security officer of Enterprise B came to meet the new number one. Hello, I'm Commander Travis Trenton, and this is the ship's doctor, Dr. Ross Whalen. Nice to meet you, Jude said. That's a pretty good right hook, Travis said, as the rest of the crew walked ahead of them. She walked slowly toward her cabin and smiled. Admiral Stone asked her to take this mission because of the history of the ship. There were rumors of Captain Gary Willard's insubordination. He allowed the crew too many liberties. The list of rules being broken was long, and Starfleet had too many run-ins with him. And he vowed to never leave the ship, saying that Starfleet would have to come and get him off his ship, thinking they wouldn't have the balls. After hearing this, they were sending in the sus, Starfleet Undercover Security. Indeed, they would get him off their ship. The doctor's blue eyes sparkled as he spoke. I can give you a tour if you like, number one. That would be nice, Doctor. Thank you, Jude said. Here is your cabin, and I will find one for your friend, the doctor said, looking at Nan. No, she stays with me, and Jude looked at her longingly. Oh, very well then. I understand you start your post next week. Jude was at her door. Yes, about that tour. 0900 sound good to you? It wouldn't hurt to see all of the old bird again. It has been a while. The doctor nodded, then walked away. Judith wondered why the captain didn't meet her, for it was customary, a protocol ignored. The offensives must have been worse than she thought. The next day, the doctor and Judith ended up in the cargo bay. There was a makeshift room with people milling around like junkies. Why are these people here, Doctor? The doctor spoke. They are waiting for a holotube to empty. Holotube? Yes, they are obsolete now that the holosuite has been installed on some of the Starfleet ships. These are headed to Space Station 10 for mothballing. We have a holosuite here on Enterprise B. I prefer it to the tubes. Can you imagine being someone else, having a life in any century, then dying and awaking in the cargo hold? Not much of a heaven if you ask me, he laughed and pulled his blonde hair out of his eyes. I heard that the tubes were just beginning to be beta tested, and a holosuite was just a rumor. Are you sure these tubes are safe? I've done extensive tests and no problems have presented. Seems to be safe. The captain is in one right now. He will be out in a day or two after you start your duty. Thank you, Doctor. It has been a most interesting tour. Anna was settled in her room with Nan, and Judith lit out to 12 forward. On the outside of the entrance was a flashing sign, an antique beer sign. Someone's lost in the past, she thought. How odd and out of place it looked against the battleship gray of the walls that held the door to 12 forward. Two crewmen barely dressed in uniform, intertwined, together walked past her as she slowly entered. The music was old Earth music. Dream On by Aerosmith was playing loudly and getting lost in the loudness of the many conversations taking place all at once. A woman barely clad went running past her and out the door. Another woman was yelling at her, "And don't come back in here wearing no clothes." What are those animals doing in here? What deck is the agricultural lab on? Don't look at me like that. Get those chickens out of here. Then she hit the man with her hat. Okay. She climbed up on the bar. Hello? Louder now, she said. Kill the music. Hello? Still the hubbub continued. Admiral Watkins, how nice of you to join us, she said, looking toward the door. Now you could hear a pin drop. Travis spoke up. Oh, Guinan, why'd you go do that for? In his southern drawl. The woman stood there. That's when she saw Jude. She quickly jumped down and went behind the bar. Jude walked up. Thank you. Guinan, is it? She nodded. Travis straightened his uniform, and a woman with long blonde dreadlocks comes walking up to Jude. Honey, I don't know who you are, but everybody in here is looking at you. Say something. And you are? The rough-looking female walked all around her, looking her up and down. The silence was deafening. Flores, this is Commander Kirk. Commander, meet Lieutenant Commander Aya Flores, one of the best security officers on board. Jude held out her hand for a shake as half of 12 Forward's customers slinked out.